everyone. I'm like, the one time I want to record, there's noise everywhere. Ugh. So right now, I'm in Salta, Argentina, and yesterday was Thanksgiving. Usually, I don't meet a lot of Americans when I'm traveling, especially further away from the US, but yesterday was an exception. I met this American girl from Minnesota, and I told her Happy Thanksgiving. And she told me, well, I don't really celebrate Thanksgiving because of its dark history. And I was taken aback by this. And I was like, okay, you don't have to like the history of Thanksgiving, but you can still be grateful for things, appreciative of the good stuff in life. Like you can divorce yourself from the history of Thanksgiving and just, you know, enjoy the importance of what Thanksgiving stands for, which is being thankful and grateful for many things, right? Okay, yeah. So her comment really took me off. Damn it, there's so much there. So her comment really, yeah. So her comment really took me by surprise, and because you can look at any holiday, for example, and see a lot of the dark histories or dark aspects of it. You can look at something like Christmas and realize that, yeah, we celebrate Christmas, but we also have to consider the fact that Christianity itself has a very dark history, right? Okay. So I asked her, are there any holidays that you don't hate? And she said, Mother's Day and Father's Day. And I said to her, well, yeah, sure, if you're lucky enough to have parents, right? So that was sort of my smart retort for her. But she sort of represents a lot of the things I think why a lot of people sometimes don't like Americans or even like liberals, because she did say that she's from Minnesota, her parents live in Colorado, and next year she's moving to Washington State or in Seattle for a new job. So I'm like, she kind of weirdly in my mind represented a lot of like the things that are wrong with liberals, because even before I spoke to her, I was listening to some of the things she was saying. To strangers in the hostel, she was saying like, yeah, well, us Americans, we don't really travel a lot. We don't really go farther than maybe Mexico. I think she was trying to be self-deprecating or trying to like be apologetic for the worst qualities of Americans, which I feel like is something that a lot of liberals like to do. And I'm just like, dude, chill out. Like, those kind of things don't have to be brought up. And the fact that you're bringing up those things is kind of like, like, I don't get it. I think when I travel, I don't really like openly disclose these things that I'm just like, or when I travel, I don't openly say negative things about being an American. Like, oh yeah, we don't really speak many languages. Like, we don't travel a lot. We don't, like, we're so sorry for Donald Trump. I'm like, dude, I don't bring up these kinds of topics. Like, it's not necessary. And for someone to bring that up, it's just wild to me. Like, especially when it's, when you're volunteering all this information, I think it's just so strange. I just think it's weird that like you meet new people, you meet strangers, and within like minutes of having conversations with them, you proceed to tell them the worst aspects of being an American. As if like saying these things will somehow make you look better. I don't know. I wasn't really sure of the intentions, but like, it's just very odd to me. I was like, oh, it's so cringy. Like, sometimes like it kind of makes me understand why people hate liberals, because like they just want to apologize for everything wrong about Americans. None of that matters if you don't bring it up. Like, don't volunteer information to people that make you look worse than you actually are. It makes no sense. Why do Americans do that? I don't get it. Like, I mean, it's true. Like, Americans just don't travel a lot. We don't go to many places, but compared to other countries, I'm a pretty socially progressive person. I vote for I support a lot of progressive policies. But I think this woman just represented a lot of the things that really frustrates, people on the right or the center or the, like she kind of represents a lot of a lot of like the she represents a lot of the stereotypes that make it easy for conservatives to really, show why wokeness is bad or why like being woke is wrong. Because I think like, she kind of did, because she kind of was just like, in my mind, I'm like, you just want to somehow just hit on so many things that are wrong about Americanism, or and like want to be apologetic about it. And I just go, Jesus Christ, like I'm like, no, like yeah, yeah, she kind of represented a lot of the reasons why conservatives hate wokeness, or make it easy for a lot of people to dislike progressives and the progressive agenda, or the idea of actually being woke. Because there's nothing wrong with being woke because you're being enlightened by the truth, or by you know by better understanding of issues. But she, I think, was just sort of like kind of just being really extreme about it, which I was like, sucks. Anyway, that is to say that like, you know, there's something weird about like Americans who are so apologetic for all the things that are wrong about being an American, that I find so odd. Like, stop apologizing for all the things that you think is wrong about being an American just to make yourself look better. Like, it makes you look like an asshole. Like, honestly, like, just, like, shut the F up. Honestly, like, don't volunteer information about yourselves or your country, your culture, that literally make these groups of people, your group of people, your community, look worse. Like, what is the point of that? Why are you volunteering information about your culture that makes you look bad? Like, what does that accomplish? I don't understand that. Like, it was just very strange. And that's why I had to be like, and that's one of the reasons why I like, when I saw this person and when she was saying all these negative things about American culture, I literally was just like, I will not talk to you. I'm not really interested in what you have to say, because like, yeah, you sound like a dick right now. Of course, like, she, spoke to me only because she heard my accent, and she's like, are you American? And I was like, yes. And I'm talking to you, unfortunately. Okay, so I just finished my CrossFit workout for the day. I was able to actually try the peg wall or pegboard today, and actually was able to do it once. So that's the first time that I was able to fully do the peg walk. It was a lot, it's actually a lot harder than it seems. But it was awesome. I was able to actually accomplish a new skill. Peg wall, pegboard is a pretty hard one to do, but I was able to manage to do it just once. After that, my triceps hurt like hell, and I wasn't able to do it again. But I got it done. So new skill unlocked. So that means I can just do it again and try to improve on it. So that's awesome. Today's CrossFit workout consisted of clean and jerks, burpees over the bar, pistol squats, toes to bar, and a 100-meter run, AMRAP. So that was good. Yeah, so anywhere I go, anywhere I travel, For long periods of time, I try to look for a CrossFit gym that I can go to. I've been doing CrossFit since 2018, consistently since 2018. So yeah, so basically there's CrossFit gyms pretty much everywhere I go, and it's the one gym that I can rely on to know what to expect, since basically the system, the setup, everything, WODs, whatever, are pretty much consistent throughout all the different CrossFit gyms. So I really like that. And a lot of the equipments are stuff that I like to use for workouts, especially Olympic weightlifting. So yeah, so I found a good one here called Salta, CrossFit Toluca. See someone over there doing a workout. But yeah, basically, yeah, and Toluca, CrossFit, they're pretty much in other couple of places in Argentina. They have a couple in Buenos Aires. I went to one in Buenos Aires. I liked it. So pretty much the system is the same, and it was really good. So yeah, it's a good workout for today. Really proud of myself. I was able to do these three rounds of the workout. Yep, so that was nice. All right, time to head back to my hostel, shower, and then get ready for the asado tonight with the people at the hostel.